What is this garbage you're watching? I want to watch the news.
Are you making headway at least?
This is the news.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of that Gang Stalking Show. My name is Doug. I'm a targeted individual, and I've been one since the past 18 years, which sucks. Anyway, welcome to the show. Today, we're not going to talk about eviction. I'm in the process of moving. I'll talk about that in another video. I stumbled across an absolute gold mine of information today on one of the Facebook groups. Normally Facebook groups are just saturated with trolls, perpetrators, and delusional people. But occasionally there are pearls of wisdom and nuggets of truth. I found this video which originated on stewpeters.com. STEW Peters.com. I am now going to watch this channel forever and ever. Amen. It's a channel that talks about conspiracies, the truth, which the media fail and they neglect to report on. This is about a 9-minute video that's following. Please watch it. As far as YouTube goes, this is fair use. I can't use part of this video to tell the whole story. I need the whole video to tell the whole story. So this video is not being used in an inappropriate manner, and you should not give me a copyright claim strike against it. It's called Directed Energy Weapons Used by Government. Whistleblowers and dissidents are being cooked by radio waves. Let's roll that beautiful beam footage. And thanks for you guys watching. Bye.
Pretty much everybody has a microwave in their home. You might know how they work, you might not. They shoot out a form of low energy radiation, microwaves, which cause molecules to gain energy and then rapidly heat up. But here's the thing, there's no reason that those microwaves have to only be used for reheating food. They can be used in all kinds of ways, including to hurt people. For years, police and would-be tyrants have been developing their own heat rays. Microwave cannons that can force protesters to disperse by cooking them from the inside. They use them in Australia against anti-lockdown protesters, and you'd better believe that they'll use them here too. In fact, they considered using them in DC during the George Floyd riots. A supposed medical ailment called Havana syndrome, where U.S. spies and diplomats are coming down with mysterious illnesses, is thought by some to be caused by a similar microwave weapon. According to the CIA, always truthful, there's little to no evidence that any such attacks are being made by a foreign power, but what if they were being made by our own government? Amy Holem is the owner of Amy's Audio Subliminal Acoustic Fingerprinting. She specializes in digital forensics investigations and is on the board of directors for the Direct Energy Weapons Agency. She's also a U.S. Army veteran, specifically in the military police, who would deploy devices just like the weapons we just named. For this week's premium segment at stewpeters.com on Saturday, we sat down with Amy for nearly a half hour. Here's part of what she said.
4G and 5G and electromagnetic weapon systems has been used since 1932. So it's been over 80 years that they've had and been working on these different types of technologies. I have helped over 3,500 different victims on a global scale, over 2,500 within the US and over 1,200 in different other foreign countries.
So how is this being deployed? And how are these people, whoever they are, so many questions, and who are these people and why, and their targets, and how do they decide, and how is it deployed? I mean, just take the floor here. I'm very curious.
Well, a lot of this has to deal with, depending on how they're decided, the DOD and the FBI have a list of people who have been chipped and implanted. So a lot of those lists goes down to using the fusion centers to local police officers to target and harass them and to use these different types of technologies. Most of them are deployed through either drones, planes, satellite systems that are actually connected to air-to-air missile defense systems or air-to-surface, air-to-ground, ground-to-ground vehicles that are used to attack the victims on a daily basis.
So Isaac Cappy had said that he was a victim of a weapon like this. Later, obviously dead, very mysterious. We don't believe that he killed himself, jumped off the bridge. He was blowing the whistle on the satanic pedophilia cabal. Tom Hanks with a cryptic tweet about his death afterwards. We have these little ones coming out on Monday, August 1st. And obviously, you know, there's a lot of people that are not going to like what we're doing. Do you have to be implanted with some sort of a chip in order for this kind of a weapon to be used against you?
No, you don't have to be chipped or implanted. As a matter of fact, our own bodies produce frequencies. So technically, they can zone in on those personal frequencies and hit you with those radio waves. A lot of this is being done through subcarrier waves and AM and FM broadcasting systems. So your cell towers, your radio towers, they're all used to attack you.
Who has their finger on the trigger of this technology?
A lot of it is US military. Any actual foreign military owns these weapon systems, from NATO to the British Royal Military, to the Russians, to Chinese government systems, to even our own US. What they're doing basically is using Northcom systems along with NATO, and they're selling the links to the child human sex trafficking rings using third-party contractors. So they gain access to these links to the satellite systems, and they use a catalog system of the victims, and they pick and choose the victims that they either want to child human sex traffic, rape, torture to get off. And they're using cryptocurrency and a bunch of other different methods to attack the victims. I have audio evidence, and what I do is when I do the audio analysis of the victims, I actually capture communications within their videos and audios that they have sent for me to analyze. So I capture all the radio frequencies and telecommunications of these criminal network systems. I have created a patent to live stream and broadcast their communications. It's not released yet, but it will be, where people will be able to download it and will be able to track and trace and live stream and broadcast these criminals in real time. That will be later on, hopefully by December, that it should be released and available for the public.
I'm assuming that you have been able to identify the perpetrators of these crimes in certain cases.
Yes.
Okay. And you know their names, and you know where they are, and you know who deployed the weapon.
Yes.
Okay, who are some of these people?
A lot of these are major elites. They are popular criminals. Right now, a lot of them are between the Biden administration and the Obama administration. Clintons are running 348,628 children in child human sex trafficking rings. They have to deal with companies and corporations like Starlink, Amazon, Synergy, Lumina, biotech, Pfizer companies are all involved with this too as well. There's different companies and corporations from NATO, US Department of Energy.
Wow, heavy stuff from a credible source. The entirety of that nearly half-hour conversation will air this Saturday at stewpeters.com. If you're not a premium member, make sure that you sign up. Again, stewpeters.com. Join the Stew Crew. You got to believe that a lot of that is real. One thing that's real is the recession, and this guy right here predicted all of it. You said that they would change the definition of recession, that GDP would come down, and look, here we are. You did it right. You were right again. What are your predictions now, and how can you help people?
Yes, we have a webinar tonight, 7 p.m. We're going to be talking about all things live when it comes to your retirement. You got to be confident. If you're not confident in what you're at right now, you need to change your advisor. You need to have an asset recovery plan. How are you going to make money back into the markets? How are you going to recover those losses that you've lost since 38% since November of last year. Tonight, we have a webinar, AmericaFirstRetirementPlan.com. We're going to lay it all out. Very simple. All you got to do is just go to AmericaFirstRetirementPlan.com at 7 p.m. I will personally be doing it myself, and I'm extremely excited. If you're not confident about your retirement, then give us a call directly, 813-448-3446, or simply just go to our website, CortezWM.com.
Wow. He just doxed himself. I love it. 813-448-3446. If you want to talk to the man himself, Carlos Cortez, or visit him online, CortezWM.com, to book your in-person or Zoom or teleconference appointment. But AmericaFirstRetirementPlan.com tonight. That is 100% free, by the way, for everybody, just so that you know that. You go to AmericaFirstRetirementPlan.com right now on recession day, 38% losses. That's absolutely incredible. 0.9% down GDP, and they've changed the definition. But one thing that remains real is Jesus Christ. This guy is a follower of Jesus and a true believer in this country. Do business with a like-minded person. Go to AmericaFirstRetirementPlan.com. Until tomorrow at this time, here's what's up to it. Here's what's down to it. Here's to any way you can get to it. Here's to those that don't do it, may be dragged to it, tied to it, or forced to it. And here's to us who do it, because we're the ones that's used to it. Remember to fly low and avoid the radar. Listen, one day they're going to come for the car, and when they do, see